What else we got here? So you're not interested in Shuma? Did you not?
No, I didn't. I mean, Shuma was in Marvel 2, and he never... Was it Marvel 2 or 1?
2? I think it's... No, it's not. Is it not 2? Oh my god, I can't remember. I think it might be 1.
I can't remember. He was in one of the previous ones, and he never really interested me all that much, I don't think. I mean, it's fun seeing, like, Angelic play him and, like, just dominate people with him. And all the crazy kill combos that he does, it's fun to watch. But...
Solo, one touch of death, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, before I forget to say, with the nerfing thing, I'll definitely nerf AKs. Just gonna put that out there. I don't like
Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah. I mean, is there really a good reason that anything shouldn't...
Scale? No.
Scale like that?
No, there's no justification. Even if Shenko had something like that, I wouldn't justify it. It's not fair. There's no reason why that person should be able to break the mechanics of the game that they're in.
Yeah.
I can't. And I mean, it won't make much of a difference.
It's hard to argue against, yeah.
It isn't. You can't argue it. No Spencer player can tell me any good reason why he should be able to do AKs each time.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is, it doesn't even make much of a difference. I'm pretty sure they'll still kill you. But it's the principle. The principle is, I don't think you should be able to do that.
Yeah, he might still be able to do plenty of one-touch kills and stuff, but...
Just make it a bit harder for him.
I'm pretty much right behind you with the 80Ks.
I'm pretty sure there's no one else who can do that. I'm not 100% sure. And I'm fully aware there's definitely more broken stuff in the game. Like, some of the Spider-Man resets I've seen, there's nothing you could do. It doesn't even matter what character you are.
I know, like, especially with my Chris, it's painful, because, like, I kind of have to take it.
Yeah. I think if they do it right, there's nothing you can do about it. I know sometimes they can mess it up, and then if you don't tech, you kind of avoid it. But, yeah,
It's tough.
To me,
same thing with Hagar with his air command grab.
Oh yeah, in the corner.
My Chris gets blown up by that pretty badly too.
Oh yeah, wow, yeah. That's maybe that is the reason people don't play Chris, because he just can't. The air mobility thing is maybe it's that bad.
Yeah.
I guess. Because I always think when I think of a character that I think is good, it's like, why doesn't anyone play him? And Spider-Man is always the one I think there's no reason why this character isn't being played. I can't see his weakness. I cannot see it. If from vanilla, where everyone could cancel their air dashes into block.
Yeah.
Like, he's the only other character that can really do that still.
Yeah, he's the only one, pretty much, yeah.
And it's like...
somebody was just arguing to me about this, and I can't remember what he was saying about Spider-Man. But it was a good point. But I can't remember it, so it makes no difference here.
Oh, was it a point of saying why he's not good, or that he wasn't?
Yeah.
That he's not good?
Yeah. It might have been something like he can't... No, that wasn't it. I can't remember.
I really want to... please, if that person is listening, please personally inbox me, because I can't see anything bad about Spider-Man. I honestly can't. The only thing, and it's not even that bad, is that his hypers are punishable if you block him. Like,
they're crazy punishable, every single one.
But really, is that a reason? Just don't do it. Don't do it unless it's going to hit.
Yeah.
Don't do Maximum Spider outside of a combo. There you go. And the thing is, Maximum Spider on the way to the wall is totally invincible.
Is it?
Totally. Completely invincible. When he's going to the wall for Maximum Spider, you cannot hit him.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the other one.
Oh yeah, no. Coming off the screen, you can hit him. But jumping to the wall, you cannot hit him.
Yeah, it's a startup invincibility, but like if there's something on the screen, he's probably gonna run into it and interrupt it.
I've not really thought about situations, but I'm thinking there must be, because obviously I think the Spider-Man player I knew was telling me you can decide which way, what wall he jumps to. So if you imagine you've got someone in the corner and they do something random or stupid, you can decide to jump to the wall furthest away from you, and you're invincible the whole time he's backflipping. So
wow,
yeah.
Didn't know about that.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him do it to a Dormammu player, and the Dormammu done like a random chaotic flame, and he was backflipping to the wall, and he wasn't getting hit, and then he DHC'd into something that traded or something like that. But I can't see why Spider-Man's a bad player. I don't know why no one's got playing him. He's got the best reset in the game, I think. I don't think anything's worse than that. And I play like Trish and I do unblockables. Like, that reset is ridiculous.
It is, yeah.
Ridiculous. His combos are... I don't want to say they're like swag and all that, because it's kind of automatically swag because you don't see it that often. So I don't know if it's a B&B or it's a swag combo.
That's true, yeah.
But either way, I like looking at him. Alright.
He's fun to watch, yeah.
His mobility is on the ground in the air. It's all good. He can combo off his projectile. He can combo off his web ball. Web throw combos are always good. I don't know.
Ask for the Spider-Man player about that.
Yeah. I need to.
They're the only ones that could tell you.
Oh yeah, well, hopefully when Zero comes on, I'll ask him. Oh, his spider sting as well is so active. Oh my gosh, I'll get nightmares thinking about this character. Honestly, it's so wake up spider sting and there's nothing. Nothing.
So it's like a lightning flash. It's like boom, hard knockdown.
And the worst thing is, even if you push block the first hit, sometimes the overhead hits you. Yeah. Like, you can't push block quick enough to get away from the character. Oh my god, this character does my head in. I love him though. If I could play him, I would play him. If I could do the web throw dash web zip OTG thing, I would play him. But I can't get that consistent enough, and you kind of need that to do his max damage.
That's true, yeah. You have to be able, like, every time I see somebody like mess that up, it's like it hurts.
Yeah.
And it almost always leads to them losing.
It's weird. I don't know. I don't know about that character. I honestly think he's very high. I think he's very, very high. Like, top 7. But no one can prove it. No one's proven it yet. Like, everyone said, oh look, you can do this combo. You can kill one touch, blah, 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 blah. But you can do these tack setups that can't be tacked and this, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, okay, well, show me then. Yep. Do it. Yep. Win with Spider-Man. Show me he's that good, and no one's done it yet. Nope. It's weird. He's a weird character. I think this is why I like Marvel, because I believe a lot of characters are like this. A lot of characters they're not played, they're considered bad, but it's only in comparison to the top tier characters. So generally, they're not a bad character. And I think Spider-Man's one of them characters, because he's not as good as Magneto and Doom and stuff. It doesn't mean he's not good. He can still do really silly things. Same with Firebrand. I think Firebrand's really good. Just compared to the other characters, he's not good.
Oh yeah, Firebrand. Man, jeez, Firebrand could do so many things to mess you up. It's crazy. And it's like, people like know that he doesn't do any damage, but because of how good his resets are and because of how his like unblockables and stuff, it's scary to me. I wish I played against a really good Firebrand. I never have though. I'd want to see how I'd do against that.
I've not played against any ones that's good. I've seen, I don't know if I had to class them good. If I see Firebrand do a Bon Voyage from like full screen, I would automatically class him as not good. That's just me though, because he can do other things.
That,
yeah, and that's kind of like, you kind of just, you're not really playing the character. Like, I can't really think of a comparison, but yeah, when I see that, I just think, you're not playing Firebrand. Like, you're not going to be doing like, he's got like a self unblockable. He can set up the unblockable. I think the only way to get out of it is rolling. I think rolling will get away from it. But he's got something like a luminous body set up where it's like really hard to get out of. Really, really hard. Yeah. A luminous body's a ridiculously good move.
Oh,
and it's just like Astrovision, you gain meter in it, so.
Yep. People
moan. Damage and speed increase. Like, what's the difference? He's got a level 3, which is basically Astrovision, which is like, there's ways you can make it combo.
Yeah, it's really good lockdown too. It's scary to push any button against that.
Yeah, nice.
As well.
I'm pretty sure, like, doesn't the durability on his fire, isn't that the same as Soulfist?
What is?
The projectile, the fireball that Firebrand spits.
I don't think I've ever tried clashing against it. I know Soulfist is 5. It's just a regular fireball like Shoryuken, or not Shoryuken, Hadouken Fireball durability. So if it's, I don't know what his is though.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah.
Not only that, I'm pretty sure I don't like, look into it too much, but I'm pretty sure he can throw out fireballs the same speed Morgan can, as long as he's in the corner. When he's got his back to the wall, he can do that wall cling thing.
Is that what it is? Because I've seen people do like really crazy fireballs, and I never understand how he was able to do it.
Yeah, there's Zach Bennett and there is Apology Man. And what it is, because I was thinking, what is this? How can he be doing this? And I was in training mode thinking, you can't cancel fireball. How is he doing it? And what it is they jump back to cling to the wall, but before they go to the wall, they throw a fireball. And then when they cling to the wall, when you come off the wall, you can throw another fireball.
Wow.
So that's why you get them so close together. And I'm pretty sure they're really like durable. I want to say they're durable with Sulphurs. I'm not too sure though. But I've seen a fireball like nullify a plasma beam.
Wow. And
that's just one. So
it has to have a higher durability than Sulfist if it did. If it nullified the whole thing, because plasma beam does have a higher durability than Sulfist.
Does
it?
Like
yeah, because like one or two of the hits will get through.
I hope I don't get put on blast, but I'm going to say that the light plasma beam lost to a Firebrand fireball. I will have to test this, and then hopefully I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure it does. 99%. But so what do you think about? Is there any characters that you feel are kind of underrated by the ones we talked about? Is there any
underrated? I would say Jill. Yeah, Jill's probably underrated. Like, she should be a really good character based on the mix-up she's able to do. And her high-lows, her left-rights, they're all good. She's got pretty fast teleport. It's not invincible, and it's not like, it's not really a true teleport, but it's fast enough that it could just wreck people up. I would say Jill, yeah.
Jill, yeah. Cool. What we got next? Hopefully this might help other people if they're just getting into Marvel or maybe messing around with like a similar team to yours. But when you go into training mode, what's your plan? Do you go into training mode to figure out a combo? Do you go in training mode to work on a combo like you've already got? Do you go in to find tech? Does it matter? Do you decide when you get into training mode?
Man, I think I practice combos mostly in training mode. I think so, yeah. Like, anytime I find like a really good, like, I don't know, block string or some sort of tech with Chris, it's always in game that I figure it out.
Oh, right.
But yeah, training mode is where I go to perfect my combos, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of the other way around. I find all like I want to know my block strings and stuff in training mode. That's why I do the whole like random push block and all that sort of thing, because I want to be prepared for that situation, and then I think about combos last, because I think when I first jumped on Marvel, the first thing I did was learn combos for about a week, and it's like, I've got this combo, I can kill any character, blah blah blah. I went on to like a player match or a ranked and got killed because it's like I don't know how to start my combos. So ever since then, I was just like, right, I want to make sure I know how to get the first hit first. And then I was like, I'm going to worry about the combos afterwards. And that kind of shows sometimes. Because if I normally play offline, so when I play online, it's like massive adjustment because I'm not thinking about doing the combo. I'm thinking about getting a hit. Then I go autopilot, but my autopilot is offline. So my autopilot doesn't adjust for lag and stuff. So it takes a while. I should just play easier characters.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. A lot of people do that. It's easy to do that, I think.
Maybe I just need an online team. I think I just need an online team.
Yeah, you could do that. You can do like, I don't know, Hulk, Hagar, Sentinel type of thing. Yeah. Where it's just like armor everywhere and just making people afraid to push a button. Yeah.
Just make lag my friend, because I think I've got to the stage where I don't really learn much about myself or my team by playing online. I learn other characters, I learn my opponent's characters or my opponent's like metagame and all that sort of stuff, but me playing online doesn't benefit, it doesn't make my team any stronger. I won't learn anything more with my team. I have to go into trainer mode or play offline. So yeah, going offline is literally learning basically matchups. And maybe strategies on getting in on certain characters. I didn't really think it would be that hard to get on Chris, but it is. Disruptor plays a big part, but even bar Disruptor, you have to be careful. You can't just see him as like a big body and go, "Oh, I'm just going to dive kick on him." It doesn't work. So
yeah.
Or I'm going to teleport behind him. Like, that doesn't work, because I'll get blown up by landmine regardless of what side I'm on. So, honestly, at some points I thought 4 is my best chance here. 4 is literally the only person who's going to get in on Chris. Like,
yeah, maybe. As long as I don't grab you.
And even when you did, I was like, fine, that is going to tickle 4. Tickle.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
That's all I thought. Like, I'd rather take the risk with 4 than any other character. Like, yeah, if you want to grab 4, be my guest. Give me some meter. That's cool. That's more around harvests for me. That is literally how I think. I feel. And another thing with Chris. Normally when I play Trish, a lot of the time I feel like I'm winning if I've got the meter advantage, and I didn't feel like that with Chris.
Oh, you almost never have the meter advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of Morgan.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. It didn't happen with you. And I felt like, well, because I'm not. You're obviously. You're covering the ground and I'm in the air. You're calling Morgan, getting meter, and I'm throwing a low voltage, missing Morgan because her assist is too quick. Nerf that shit. That's one thing I need to nerf. She needs to be out there a bit longer. Come on, she's out there for like half a frame. So it's like I'm not doing any damage to your assist. I'm not doing any damage to you because you're blocking and you've got like 1 million HP, like some Snorlax Pokemon. So it's like, what do I do? There's nothing I can do. I can't really gain meter.
It kind of forces you to the ground. I mean, because the longer you're up there, the more meter I get, and Trish is up there for a long time. Mm-hmm. So,
and that was out of fear. That was literally out of fear.
Yeah, you kind of have to play my game a little bit because of Morgan. She's not the traditional anti-air assist, but that assist works as great an anti-air as I've ever seen. Yeah. Because of the meter race.
It lures you in. That is all it did. And on the ground, I didn't want to get hit by. I know I can crouch medium under Magnum. It's hard, but you can crouch. I don't think I can do it under Disruptor at like mid range. So I didn't want to be on the ground. I just didn't.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that like you can crouch under like Disruptor, but as an assist, it reaches lower because of his positioning as an assist. It was really interesting when he was explaining it to me, but it made perfect sense, and I guess that's another reason why Disruptor assist is so good, because of how low it reaches.
Yes, definitely. I think it's one of the only projectiles that Trish can't slide under, like assist Disruptor. Certain points on the screen, you can slide under it when he's on point, but when he's an assist, it's like it's near on impossible. I went to the air, and like her best tool of getting meter is throwing out the round harvest. Not the hyper, the normal one. It's not called round harvest.
Regular one.
Yeah, the normal harvest, and then calling it back, because that does like 13 hits, and then you get a mix up if I call it back. And you're not push blocking. If you push block, then I can just do it again. I can just like jump, do it again, whatever. But I couldn't take that risk when you got Magnum or Disruptor. The quickest beam, like one of the quickest beams, and the one that does the most damage, it's like, it's not worth the risk.
Yeah. It used to be even quicker too. Like, it actually got nerfed by like a frame or two or something like that. It used to be even faster in vanilla.
Was that Disruptor or Magnum?
It was Disruptor.
Okay.
Assist. No, I think it was the normal one too.
Yeah, he's a menace. Do you feel like your team has any bad matchups, or like Is there like an anti-team to yours? Like a counter team to your team?
I think I have a little trouble with going against assists that have higher like durability, that are more annoying than Disruptor.
Taskmaster or something like that?
So, yeah, Hawkeye, I have trouble with Hawkeye arrows, against like, Virgil Point with Hawkeye arrows backing him up. Because I can't do a lot of the crazy confirms that I can do, without him. That's hard to deal with. Anybody that could trade with flames, with grenades or flame grenades or mines, kind of scares me a little bit. It's mostly with impact palm type attacks that that state? I forget what it's called.
Crumple state.
Crumple state, yeah. So like him and oh my god, I am forgetting names. Sea Viper as well. Sea Viper's kind of scary against my point Chris.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, that's she's kind of like one of the only characters, I guess, that could stop you. That will make you have to be mindful of what you're doing. So you can't jump back, gun, Magnum. You can't.
No, I can't throw out a grenade and expect it to protect me. I can't, I can't DHC and expect that to protect me either. And she's actually one of the characters that actually outgrabs Chris in the air really, really well. So there's a lot of things I have to worry about against Sea Viper, I think.
Interesting. I can't play it, but
that's a tough matchup.
Do you think it's more against your team or just against how you play, would you say?
Probably the way I play. I think so. Because I rely on assists backing me up. I rely on protection from my grenades. I rely on fireballs protecting me with Morgan as well. Magneto's a little different. I play him more traditionally, but I like to think that my Morgan and my Chris are way different than everyone else.
Yeah, to be fair, I think when I was playing you, the Astral Visions were pretty scarce. Like, it was more for like, I've got Mia, I might as well use it. It's my last character sort of thing. It was more of that instead of, I've got 2 bars, let me DHC into Astral Vision. It was more of a last resort, or just do it because it wasn't the game plan.
Like, my theory with that is mostly I do it to either force you into X Factor, so you're not doing it on your terms when you're comfortable, like, so you don't kill my character and then get like a free mix-up on the next 3 character or the next 2 characters, something like that. Yeah. Or I force you to use X Factor to so that you don't get chipped out. I do it in different. I don't just do it for, the sake of doing damage and stuff. It's a little, I have different rules, I guess I can say.
Yeah, a lot of people obviously just go for Astral Vision. They'll get the bar, Astral Vision, do the chip or get the random hit.
Yeah, and I can do that. It's just a lot of work and it's a lot of effort. It's a really big uphill battle doing nothing but Astral Vision, especially if you're going against somebody who knows how to minimize chip damage and not get killed, not jump into fireballs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think, I'm pretty sure I did get caught by it a couple of times, but it seemed a lot easier to not get, maybe it's because I got Trish. It's a bit easier with Trish. Well, even with Wesker, it didn't feel that hard to just jump him. Like, even if I wasn't teleporting, like jumping and doing a back teleport, blah, 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 blah. I think as long as you've got like half decent grand movement, you can avoid them. I don't see what the problem is. Honestly, don't.
Yeah, I always say it's easy to avoid, and a lot of people think that it's like just a wall of fireballs keeping you pinned, and it's just like guaranteed kill damage in worth of chip, and I don't really see it as that.
No, I don't. Honestly, don't. And considering, like, this is why I say, like, the Strider Hawkeye is stronger, because it's like, what you've done, it has cost you bar. So, and it's like, well, Strider Hawkeye is free all day. And if you do anything, unsuspecting to get on Hawkeye, I've got Gimlet.
Yeah.
Or I've got a Team Hyper. The Team Hyper's better, because that's like pretty much safe. But, so your game plan isn't on gaining that meter. Because once you've got no meter, if you're like an Astrovision player and you haven't got any meter, you have to go in, but you're doing something that you're not used to doing because you're so used to doing Astrovision. It's like, I don't think it's a strong way to play. If anything, learn how to play Morgan Rushdown first, then fall back on learning how to play Astrovision. But I don't think you should pick Morgan up for Astrovision, then try and learn to rush down with her, because you're going to get upset because you'll realise how hard it is, like movement wise to get in with with Morgan, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree, yeah. I feel like Chris G would have won if he might have held back on the spamming game a little bit, because he went full throttle on the just on fireballs, and it just wasn't working against Justin Wong. And maybe if he would have mixed things up a little bit, he might have had more success. But
it's a question I didn't even write down, but it'll be a good one. What do you think about Chris G? What do you think he's done to Morgan? Do you think he's ruined the character? Do you think he's made her hated for no reason? Do you think he's a pioneer, like, Morgan player? Like,
he's a really good character. He has really great control over Morgan. I noticed things that a lot of people don't see. They're pretty hard to do. He has really good control. I really like his confirms with fireballs and stuff too. He's still getting better as Morgan.
It's scary. It's kind of scary.
Just the way he started, the way, how he went full fireballs, how he went Astrovision all the time. I think that's what people hate. And every time he, goes into Astrovision, it kind of triggers that memory of how he used to play. But right now he's a scary Morgan player, not just his fireballs, but his confirms, he has really good combos. He probably has the best combos, I think. He does have a tendency to go back to easy combos when things aren't working that well, but he does have some pretty good combos. Like I saw him do one where he landed 3 meter stealing Sulfus.
I heard about it.
That's not that easy to do.
I did hear about it. I didn't see it, but I definitely heard about it, and I was like, because they were saying, "Oh my god, he stole a whole bar off him," and I was like, "Wow, that is pretty. That's pretty harsh."
It was a really good combo.
He stole a bar without doing an attack. Like, that's something you can't stop him taking a meter off you. That is, that's hardcore. That is hardcore. But what was I going to say? I think, do you believe Chris G's at a point where he could win without doing Astral?
Win without doing Astral? I don't think so. I think he stuck to his big guns at Evo and lost because of it. So I don't think he trusts in his non-Astral Morgan game enough to go with it.
Do you think that works against him then, like, as a player? Do you think, not like he's a fraud or he's like a counterfeit, but do you think he's Soul Fist first, then Morgan? Or do you think he's a Morgan player that uses Soul Fist? Astral Vision.
I mean, I've seen him go non-Astral Vision, and I've seen him do really good things, but I don't know. I think without Doom and without Astral Vision, his game could be a little bit better in that aspect, I think.
True. I forgot about Doom. Somehow I forgot about Doom. Yeah, I think...
Yeah, he got blown up without Doom with Morgan against Justin Wong. It was pretty free.
I was about to say, it's like, Doom is... I think that's why... I feel like Morgan gets a bad rap because of Chris G. and because of Doom.
Yeah.
The whole Astral Vision thing doesn't bother me that much. Like I said, there's a lot worse in the game than Astral Vision. People actually do need to get over it. Like,
yeah.
it's annoying, it's frustrating, but you're still playing. There's
Yeah,
some things
I mean, you still have control over a lot of aspects of the game. There's certain, there's other things where you have very little control, like with Zero, like you kind of have to eat 50-50 mix-up after 50-50 mix-up after 50-50 mix-up. And there's a lot of things you can do to limit damage against Soul Fist, against Fireball spamming.
But that's the thing, it's like, okay, I get to stop some damage getting through. It's not like I'm going to lose because you've done Astrovision. Like,
right. Yeah.
I honestly don't understand the mentality in some people. I don't know if it's just bad experiences. Obviously, everyone's got like their character that they just don't like playing against. And I think Morgan, she is one of the most frustrating ones. But
yeah, she's an easy target.
Yeah, I think it is easy. It's easier to tell and explain why she's annoying.
Yeah.
Than most other characters. When you've got characters that, like Wolverine or something, where it's more considered random, it's kind of like, oh, that's just what Wolverine does. It's like you're accepting it as that's okay then. So, when a Virgil does helmet break, it's like, oh, it's a Virgil player. It's like, it's still it doesn't make it any less annoying.
Yeah.
But it's not okay for Morgan to spend a meter to do one of her hypers, and you're gonna moan about it. And then, yeah, it is weird. And yeah, like I said, I think that's because of Chris G. Not in a bad way, but he made it easier to bitch about because of how often he did it and how much people lost to it.
Yeah, how super effective it used to be. Like, because I did some like researching with like a lot of his older games, and like he was just blowing up like the best people because they didn't know what to do. Like they were jumping into multiple fireball lanes. They were
raw tagging. I hate when I see that.
Raw tagging. Oh my god, yeah. They were everything they did was wrong, and yeah, I mean that's what most people think is the only case solution, is the only thing people are capable of when Morgan goes into Astral Vision. It's just not true.
Yeah, that's the last thing you should be trying to do, is get in on her. Just let it finish.
Yeah, let her do her thing. Minimize as much chip as you can, and you'll come out ahead. Because most characters, when they spend a bar, there's dead bodies.
Yeah.
Like with I don't know, Spencer, Hulk.
Yeah.
And Morgan, as long as you don't die, you've won that matchup. You've basically won, and you should be wanting to go forward with that victory. And instead, most people, they don't. They try to go with super risky things, and they end up losing characters and giving Morgan meter because of it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like the Marvel mentality, but it's like I kind of think that way as well. It's like if someone's got X Factor and I've got 4 bars with Trish, I will happily spend all my 4 bars doing round harvest so you don't hit me with your X Factor.
Oh, I would do the exact same thing.
And I feel like
time.
I've won. I feel like I've won. If you've not hit me with your X Factor and I've used 4 bars, I'm happy.
Yep.
I don't care if you got 5 bars at the end. It's like you didn't touch me with your X Factor. I won that little mini battle, right? And I think a lot of people think, oh, she's on Astral Vision, I've got to kill her before she kills me with Astral Vision. It's like, she's not gonna kill you with Astral Vision if you block.
If you don't let her.
Yeah.
Because there are things that you can do where it won't, you won't die. So, I mean, you don't have to let her kill you. That's the thing.
Yeah, you don't. It's not like people treat it like, I don't know if you know, like Persona, like it's an insta-kill. Like, if she does it and she hits you with it, you're dead. It's like, don't let her hit you then, just chill. Like, I mean, I do understand. I'm not trying to say, oh, Astral Vision's okay. I still believe it does do quite a bit of chip. Even if you avoid half of it, it does solid chip. It does like a bad hyper chip. It does like finger laser damage.
It'll do like 400k, between 3 and 400k if exactly half of the fireballs, if you take chip from half of them. I think it's around there. And
that's probably only on certain characters. Like if you're someone who's got really bad mobility and he's big like Haggar or Hulk, then yeah, you'll probably take that. If you're someone like anyone who's got air mobility or someone small like Wolverine, you're not taking that much.
You should be taking a lot less, yeah.
I can't really put a finger on why people moan about it, besides it just being an easy target. I don't know. I used to like Morgan. I remember I used to watch Omniscypher, and I don't remember him ever doing astral vision.
Yeah, he always went in. He had some really good confirms, some anti-air confirms and stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, oh wow, that character's like really sick. She's like catching people doing their normal gameplay. And like, I remember seeing like people doing like Spencer like the zip line or Nova like the box dash. Him doing an uppercut and then getting a really sick combo off. It's thinking, oh wow.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think of any other Morgan players that don't really use astral vision. Can't really think of any. I know Nerd Josh does it quite a bit.
He does it a lot, yeah. Jay Rosa does too. I mean, the only other, the one player that plays a lot like me is Ninja Link, and I've been talking with him a lot, like, recently. He pretty much plays exactly the same as I do. Very few astral visions, a lot of fireball confirms, a lot of, just, Shadow Blade confirms and stuff like that. Just trying to get combos off random hits and stuff. He plays a lot like me. He might even be better than me because he goes to tournaments and stuff. So he's another one. He's a good player to watch.
Do you think that there was much talk about Morgan until Chris G played her? Like, personally, I don't remember anyone saying Morgan was OP before Chris G started doing Astral Vision with Dr. Doom.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, most of my stuff didn't get that much exposure until Chris G showed up. Like, as soon as Chris G showed up, everybody, like, started, like, watching my stuff, trying to figure out, how they could do it and stuff like that. Like, especially my fireball spamming guide that I came up with, that exploded. Like, nobody...
Did you do that before Chris G started playing? I watched that. I remember, I definitely did see that. And
I don't think so. I actually can't remember exactly.
Okay.
I might have, but it just felt like it didn't get that much exposure, and then all of a sudden, like, it just went nuts.
Yeah, I don't like when characters get labeled because of a player. I think this is why I'm more on the side of, no, Morgan's not OP, she's just a good character, because she was only OP until Chris G started.
Yeah.
Like, using her, and before that, I don't really remember hearing stuff about her. Characters like Virgil, you can't pinpoint on a person making that character sick or good.
Right.
Same with like SF4. I might get blown up, but I don't remember anyone moaning about Seth until Ponko came along. I don't remember it. I remember everyone saying that he was good, but I don't remember saying, oh, he's like top tier, blah blah blah, until him.
Yeah.
I want to say the same with Cammy. I might be wrong with Cammy though. But when K-Brad won with Cammy, like, started blowing people up, everyone's going, oh, Cammy's this, Cammy's that. Fei Long was just sick anyway. Like, Fei Long, after the updates, Fei Long was just good in general. But there's a lot of characters in multiple games where they're only considered good until someone starts showing people that they're good. And I don't think that's...
Superman? Was Superman always good, or was it...
I think Superman was always good.
Okay.
I think Deathstroke wasn't good until Ares. No, that's just, the guy who does avoiding the puddle. He's Ares, isn't it? I think it is. The guy with the beard. He was on Cross Assault. But yeah, him. He started using Deathstroke and he started winning quite a bit at a run back, I believe. And it's like, what he's doing is annoying, but people don't really give things time anymore. Obviously, it's the whole, like, updating sort of era where if something's annoying or frustrating or hard to get around, it's like, just make it worse.
Yeah.
And then I remember it was Tom Brady done like a whole guide on how to get around Deathstroke and stuff, and then no one moaned about it anymore. It's like, you could have figured that out by yourself. You didn't need someone who tested the game to figure that out for you.
Yeah.
It's like people were just like, oh, I can't do this anymore. It's like, well, find out what you can do. Instead of moaning about it, making it worse, and then you think, oh, well, this character's got nothing now. Like, this character can't do anything. And then, yeah, and that's what happened to Sentinel. And I'm glad that didn't happen to Wesker, because I thought that was going to happen to him. I thought they were going to nerf him because
Yeah.
people moaned about him, but they didn't, and I was mega surprised.
That was so weird how they buffed him,
Yeah.
basically. And it was from the very beginning, like, people understood that, hey, this is kind of a buff. Like,
Oh yeah,
they actually made him better.
They made him better, definitely.
So that was out of left field for me, the whole Wesker thing, with Ultimate.
It made no sense. I don't know if Capcom just were trolling or thought, forget what everyone's saying. Like, we nerfed Sentinel for you lot, now we're just gonna make this other problem you've discovered even worse. And
yeah,
I
so
think,
weird.
I think in certain circumstances that's a good thing to do. But yeah, it all depends on the community of the game. With Marvel, this was going to be one of my questions. What drew you to Marvel? And for me, it was the whole creativity. There's no limit to what you can do in Marvel. Like,
yeah,
it's such an open engine. Well, not anything, but most things are possible. Most things aren't unescapable or unblockable. There are some. I only believe that Spider-Man is the only thing where you can't avoid it. If he does it right, you cannot avoid it. Bar that, I
and
think
if he has the
something
meter,
yeah. If he's got the meter, and he probably will get it from his combos because his combos gain silly meter. But yeah, I think Spider-Man is the only character where it's like, I'm going to put you in a situation and there's nothing you can do about it. I think with other people, you can get lucky, or if you've gone up against it enough, you can do something. You might have to burn X Factor, but that is something you can do.
Yeah.
It's an option. So I think in Marvel, that is where it's such an open-ended game, to still have that option is really good. And that's why I like it. It's like, in other games, it kind of feels like you have to bow down to the mechanics of the game. Like, with Cross Tekken, with all the jabbing and stuff in the beginning, it's like, yeah, there's nothing I can do. I have to take these jabs from Raven or Sakura until you get bored, until you decide to do something different. But Marvel doesn't feel like that. So yeah, what kind of makes you want to keep playing Marvel?
Oh man, what makes me want? I mean, I still have a lot of fun playing Marvel, and it's mostly because of trying to learn every single matchup that I can possibly learn. Playing against new teams, playing against new strategies. I kind of live for that kind of stuff. Just trying to be ready for every single thing that I can possibly be ready for. And that's kind of why I play Marvel now. How I got into Marvel, that's pretty much everybody I knew played Marvel. Like, I'd go to, like, arcade, everybody would be playing Marvel. And it's pretty much how everybody else got me into it. Other people got me into it, so that's why I play, kind of.
Could you think of something you would be playing if Marvel wasn't out? It doesn't have to be a fighting game, any game.
Well, I'm going to be playing the new Guilty Gear when it comes out, for sure. Whether Marvel existed or not, I'm going to be playing that. I might be playing Melee more if Marvel never came out, because I probably would have left Brawl and went back to Melee. Because I was pretty good at Melee as well.
Do you feel like there was anything you could bring from playing Melee to Marvel? Because the only other person I know that's pretty well known is Alucard, and like I think it is as well. But people have said like his movement is ridiculous.
Yeah, there's there's all kinds of synergy. Like, because with Melee, everything is like frame by frame. Like, can I do this? Yeah, because, you have a certain amount of frames to do it. This lasts a certain amount of frames. This comes out in a certain amount of frames. There's a lot of frame data with Melee as well. The mobility is huge in Melee. There's just trying to learn every single possible thing to make mobility work or make it better. That's a huge aspect in Melee. Comboing, it's a little different with comboing because you're not so much in control against when you're comboing another person because of directional influence. A person can really screw up your combo just by mashing on the stick a little bit.
Really?
I mean, but yeah. But I mean, the mind games still exist. The frame traps, still exist. Grab mix-ups, that's still a huge thing. Infinites, there's some infinites in Melee, not too many. Only a few characters have them. But I mean, yeah, I took a lot of pretty useful information from Melee and applied it to Marvel, I think.
I couldn't myself, because obviously I didn't really play Melee, or I didn't really watch it at that high level. I couldn't think of the transition, if it would be a big one or a small one. I always thought it'd be quite large, like coming from Melee and then going to Marvel, you might as well be starting from someone who's not played any fighting games. Like the whole spacing would be different, because obviously you've got like platforms and stuff in Melee, so spacing is a lot different. Where it's
a lot.
Yeah, I couldn't see how you could transition that to Marvel. The whole footsie game, because I'm not sure exactly how it works, but how you've got like the defense and then the invincible rolls and stuff like that. I didn't think the footsie game or poking would be the same either. And obviously the whole way you kill someone by knocking them off the stage and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I mean, from that, the only thing I could get is like you can force people into the corner, or you can lure someone into the corner of the screen, like, and then do what you want to do. But yeah, I couldn't see any similarities in them.
It's completely different in a lot of ways. But I mean, basically the way I practiced, the way I attacked the game, how my process of getting better, pretty much exactly the same. And like applying mind games and just all that stuff, that's almost exactly the same, pretty much.
Cool.
So yeah, it's just the things that you practice are different. Like in Melee, you practice, you want to get your L canceling top notch. You want to be able to have control over your mobility. So you want your dash dancing, your wave dashing, all that stuff to be as best as you possibly can. But after that, after your technical skill is pretty much polished, it's all about mind games, and it's all about trying to get into the head of your opponent, which still works with Marvel.
Yeah, it's kind of like a universal tool, isn't it? Like with most fighting games, that's what you kind of want to do to some extent. Marvel's kind of somewhere on that fence. A lot of people think it's random and all that sort of stuff. It's inconsistent. I think it's more consistent than most of the fighting games at now. I think like the top players at Marvel pretty much dominate. I think it's basically like the zero Virgil, and then the rest of the tier list. That's how I feel. Like the top players are like the Virgil zeros, and then it's everyone else. Like it might as well just be two tiers. Like to
pretty
some
much.
certain extent. And I always used to think like, yeah, this is a random game, but there is no, humans can't do anything random. It's all, if someone does a buy in a car and was provoked, you just weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
Even if that's you might think it's okay to do your call one of your spells with Dormammu from mid-screen, and then until someone does like a raw stinger, it's like, well, then it wasn't safe. It wasn't random on the stinger's part. It was random for you thinking you could press a button.
Yeah.
Right? That's sort of how I see it. I think the only reason I started thinking like that is so I stopped getting mad at the game. And stopped going like, oh, this person's rubbish, they just did that for no reason. It's like, well, there must have been a reason that either I frustrated them to make them press a button, or they took a chance and went for it and it worked. So once you kind of eliminate the randomness and take control of the game, that's how I think you get to that sort of level, when you can stop people from doing either something random, something risky, or just their gameplay in general. That's when you get good at Marvel, and it's more apparent in Marvel than I think any other game. Just like how you are better than the person by stopping them from doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
In most other games, it's more, I have to oppose my will. I think Zero's probably the only character that's like that. He kind of imposes his will on you, so he, in that way, takes control, where a lot of other games is like, I'm gonna put you in this pressure to win. Where Marvel is the majority of Marvel's not like that. Like for example, Morgan, she doesn't have to pressure you with attacks with block strings or mix-ups. She will make you make a mistake, and then you've lost your character.
Yeah, she can make you do something stupid that you'll regret, like saving a character from Chip with X Factor. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do to win a game. It's not just, it's not just one road with her. I mean,
even with like uppercuts and then canceling, and I'm thinking, I know it happened to me a lot of times, and it's like, but I know this, you've done it enough times. Like if you did an uppercut, and it's like, well, I can punish you now. It's like, no, because I can come down with S now. Like, stop doing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not finished. That's not like a block string. That's not pressure. That was me just doing something I shouldn't be doing.
Probably, yeah.
It's like, I should have like push blocked the S so I was far enough away so you couldn't catch me with an S, or just not press a button. Like, it's not hard. You're not forcing me to press a button. I'm decided to press a button to get hit. So, yeah, I respect Morgan in that aspect, because she's not kind of overpowering you. She's more making the opponent lose to themselves. And I don't want it to sound like I'm taking anything away from the Morgan players, but it is kind of like that. That's a pretty good,
deconstruction of her. A lot of the stuff that I do is, taking advantage of people, trying to do the same things they do against other characters, and like end up getting hit because of it. So yeah. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I know in my head I was like, this uppercut isn't Ryu's. Like, he can do stuff on the way down.
Yeah.
I need to. I need to wait. I have to wait until the shell kick's finished, then maybe consider pressing a button. And even then, I pretty much probably want to back up, or like at least push block it. I don't really want to contest much of Morgan's stuff. It doesn't end well. It doesn't.
Yeah, it ends with you getting shell kicked on the head, probably.
Yeah, and a full combo. I think the best. I don't even think there is a best time to go in on Morgan. I'd say maybe the air grabber. I think that was I don't even know. It's not the easiest. It's not the best. I think it's the only chance really that you've got is to jump up an air grabber. Like,
that's one option. Yeah, getting behind her is probably the best option, I think, because once you're behind Morgan, she
can still hit you with shell kick.
Has very little way of protecting herself. Yeah, you'd have to use heavy, and heavy it doesn't have that much range. So you can grab punish her. You can probably out-prioritize her with any attack, really. And, if you get behind Morgan, it's really easy to punish her, I think.
Maybe I got unlucky. I remember getting hit by quite a few shell kicks, even though you was facing the other way, and I was like, oh my god, I want to throw this control out the window. But
yeah, it hits a little bit behind her, but like, say like Virgil or something, like he can get way behind her and then just throw out like an H or something like that and hit from like half a screen away.
Yeah,
that's kind of what you have to do. You have to space your things out a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's because I was West Guy. It was just unlucky. I should have meant for more like crouch mediums or something. Then I can get further away from your shell kick and still try and hit you, sort of thing. But making that hitbox would be nice. So if Capcom's listening, her hurtbox, just give me something more to aim at instead of her whole hitbox. Like, it is awkward. I still don't think she's as bad as people make out to be.
I don't think so.
Nah.